So check this out, right? So I was just sitting up here, man, and it's crazy how God revealed things to you, man, when you ain't even looking for nothing, but God just showed it to you, man. So I was sitting here watching this old movie way back in 1970 something called Let's Do It Again. Um, it's a movie with Bill Cosby, Sidney Poitier, all them in it, right? So I was watching the movie, and the scene came where it was like this little group. I want to say something like an organization, something like the Elks, and something like a fraternity. It was something like that. So God just began to speak to me. So He led me to look up. God spoke me, and He spoke to me in the spirit. He put it in my spirit to look up these different churches or these different denominations, like Baptists and Methodists and Pentecostals and all these different religions, right? Because as we know, God is not a religion. You know, there's only one God, one faith, and one baptism, right? So I just started looking up some stuff. So I looked up who started the Baptist church, like when the first Baptist church was founded. Read up on that. That's why I tell you, man. That's why God say his look, let me tell you something. A lot of people fail in life or misled in life because of the simple fact they don't read. They don't do no type of research for themselves. That's why God say my people lack. My people my people fail because of they lack knowledge. We've been strayed away, man. We've been pulled away from what's true because we don't spend the time to just look up, man. Like, we just believe everything that's been told us. We believe everything that's been passed down. So, like I said, I just got to Googling the different religions and denominations, and it's crazy because as I was reading, they all believe in different things. They all took what they want to take out the Bible and what they believe in, and began to practice it and make it out of a tradition and make it into a religion. That's why when certain religions or certain group or certain people say certain things, if it ain't what we were raised up on, or if it ain't what we was taught, we gonna sit and tell that person, well, nah, that ain't right. That's false. That's wrong. That's true. But at the end of the day, don't nobody really know the truth. All we know is what we was passed down. All we know is what we was taught. What we was taught to believe in. What we was taught, what we taught was right. What we taught was wrong. And this is why God is clearly telling everybody, man, that come to me. Come to me. Because in me, I am the truth. In me, I shall give you the truth. Because God know that all these different denominations, all these different religions, that's why I keep trying to tell people, man, God is not a religion. Yahweh is not a religion, man. God is asking for a relationship. He don't care nothing about religion, because religion ain't, it's just something that you practice. A religion ain't nothing but truth. ain't nothing but tradition. That's all these religions is, tradition. Half of it true, the rest of it made up. God said there is only one God, one faith, and one baptism. But everybody got their own opinion. Everybody got their own way of doing things. Don't nobody want to come and agree. Don't like, we are so divided when it come down to about God, man, to the point it ain't even, because don't nobody want to agree on what's already been written and what's already been spoken. The way God have already structured it, people want to change it and make it fit how they want to live, what they believe in. That's why a lot of these religions, a lot of these denominations, yeah, they got a little truth in it, but the rest of it ain't nothing but tradition. Because they took what they wanted to take and then begin to add their own little seasoning to it, their own little twist. Then they come up with a name: Baptist, religion; Methodist, religion; Pentecostal, religion; Jehovah's Witness, religion; Buddhism. All these things are nothing but religion. They got different acts, different ways. Someone got different gods, different things that they believe in. Some people don't believe in heaven and earth. I mean, some religions don't believe in the second coming of Jesus. Some people don't believe in that there's a new heaven and a new earth. That when we die, that's it. That's why I'm telling y'all, man, like, God telling people to come to Him, man. Come to Him because He know that y'all are being misled out here. He know that the information that these people out here are putting out, that it ain't right. God asking y'all clearly to come up out these places. Clearly come up out them places. Because God know that, man, they ain't telling my people the truth. God know that. He know it, man. That's why I tell people, you going to that place every Sunday. Every Sunday. You going to worship service every Sunday. Every Sunday. But you ain't at God not now time. God, it did what you want me to do. It was put into us. It was trained. We was programmed. Now God asking you to reprogram your mind, to let Him retrain you, reprogram your mind, reset your mind the way it need to be. And y'all don't want to do it. You gotta go to, I was reading, and it's crazy on what her saying is. You gotta go to Romans chapter 12. Verses, I think, we'll get my Bible. Romans chapter 12, verses, I was just reading this morning. Romans chapter 12, verses 1 and 2. Listen to what the word says. Listen to what God say. It say, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercy of God, that ye present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And be not conformed to this world. And be not conformed to this world. When you out here following these different religions, the Methodists, the Baptists, the Pentecostals, and all these different religions and denominations. You are being conformed to this world. That's what God said. And be not conformed to this world, but be what? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. You'll know what God's will is. You'll know what He approve and what He don't approve. You'll know what God is acceptable and what He is not acceptable. You'll know what you will know what is of God and what ain't of God. You'll know how to live the way God have called you to live. You'll know how not to live. But y'all continues to reject it. Cause at the end of the day, you basically want to live how you live. You basically want to enjoy the things of this world. You basically want to enjoy the things of this world and try to please God at the same time and live for God when God said you clearly can't do that. You gotta make a sacrifice. You gotta choose each and every day whom you gonna serve. Either you gonna serve God or you gonna serve yourself. Either you gonna serve God or you gonna serve this world. But you can't serve two masters. You can't do it, man. Like, that's why I tell people, man, like, when you give your life over to God, you truly give your life over to God, man, you got to start with the renewing and the changing of your mind. You got to begin to unlearn everything that you've been taught. And you got to sit down in silence, and you got to begin to let God give you His wisdom, His knowledge. You got to begin to let God teach you and show you the way. Stop depending on man, thinking that man going to give you the whole truth, when he might give you a little truth, but the rest of it. That's why I tell people, man, if you want to know the truth, go to the source. God is the truth. He gonna tell you the truth. God ain't trying to hide nothing from His people. But y'all too busy up here running to man. Y'all too busy up here running to everybody else when you need to be running to God. You need to be running to God about your situation. You need to be running to God about your life. You need to be running to God about any and everything. You ain't got to run to me. You ain't got to come to me. I tell people, go to God all the time, man. Go to God. God will tell you whatever it is that you need to know. He'll tell you why you're going through what you're going through. He'll tell you what you need to do to change. He'll tell you. God don't need nobody. He just uses us, but God don't need nobody, because God speaking to everybody. But some of us, man, we just too distracted. We too distracted, man. We got too much going on. That's why I tell people, man, when you get too distracted, you get too far from God, and you can't hear from God, man, God will sit you down for however long He need to do. Like, God say it ain't number one faith. One God, one faith, one baptism. All these different denominations, all these different churches, all these different religions and stuff. Come on, man. This church saying they right, this church saying they right, this church saying they right. Ain't but one way. God said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And no one can enter into the Father except through who? Through Him. So God telling you clearly, ain't but one way. It ain't but one faith, one baptism, one God. And it ain't but one way. That's through Him. Which means you got to go through Him to get to the Father. Which means you got to be going to Him. Man can't get you there. I can't get you there. Can't nobody else get you there but Him. But Him, man. But Him. That's why we as hold on. That's why we as We as Christians, that's what we supposed to be telling people. God said, God say, it's okay. It's okay to tell people you don't know. It's okay to tell people I ain't got the answer. God said it's okay. Because at the end of the day, we don't have all the answers. We don't know everything. We don't know everything. I don't know everything. But who know everything? What God say? He is all knowing. So who should we be pointing people to? Christ. We shouldn't be pointing nobody to ourselves. Well, man, go to this person. No, go to God. Go to God, man. God is your source, your answer, your everything. But we so used to, this how I tell people, you can tell a person where they faith at. When they don't never run to God, they make God their last option. You make God your last option when the situation don't got so bad. When God should have been your first option. God should always be your first option. Not your preacher, not your pastor, not your mama, not your daddy. Nobody. God should always be your first option. He should always be your first option, man. Your first option. Not your last, not your second, not your third. God should always be your first option. Man, let me go to God. Let me run to God. But then y'all always out here wondering why everybody know your business. Why everybody out here all in your business, because you run into one person and they taking it, you thinking it is cool or whatever, and they go spreading your whole business. You go tell your family now, your family telling everybody what you got going on. Man, keep whatever you got going on, man, to yourself. Don't nobody need to know what you going on. Don't nobody need to know what you facing. Don't nobody need to know what you are struggling with or whatever the case may be. God see what you are facing. God see what's going on. God know why it's happening to you. Oh, you just gotta do it. Go to Him. He gonna tell you, man. We always want to run to people like they got the answer to everything. Y'all running to people like they God, man. They ain't God. Y'all treat people like they God. Y'all treat these pastors like they God. Like, for real, man. But God just spoke that in my spirit. That's why I tell people, man, you spend time with God, man. God will begin to show you and reveal to you a lot of things that they are out here trying to hide from you, that they don't want you to know. God gonna tell you how He wants you to live your life. All you gotta do is begin to get in that word and read. God gonna tell you. When you begin to read that word, and that word gonna read you back, it gonna begin to convict you. God Himself gonna tell you sometime what you doing wrong. God gonna clearly tell you, I warned you. I warned you. God gonna tell you what you doing wrong. God gonna tell you. You ain't always gotta send nobody. God gonna tell you. You gonna hear His voice. But so many people, man, y'all are distracted that God can't get to you. So He's sending people, but y'all still ain't taking heed to it. But man, like I said, man, it's just like we ought to get away from that religion, man. God is not a religion. God is a spirit. God is a God is a spirit who incarnated Himself into a human being. And God still walks amongst this earth today. And we can't see Him. That's why a lot of people don't put their faith in Him. A lot of people put their faith in what they see. But they say that they put their faith and trust in God. Yeah. It's easy to put your faith and trust in God when everything going good in your life. But what about putting your faith and trust in God when all hell and all chaos and hell is breaking loose in your life? Who you gonna turn to then? Is you gonna turn to God then? Or is you gonna turn to your friend, your homeboy, your mama, your daddy, your pastor, your preacher? Who you gonna turn to then? Yeah, God put us on this earth to have relationships. But God didn't put us on this earth to solely depend on people. He put us on her so we can be to serve, to help. But not to solely depend on people. God wants us depending on Him. God needs us and wants us to reach out to Him. That's what He wants, man. But look, I ain't gonna talk y'all heads off that long. But it was just, like I said, and I watched that movie, man, God just put it in my spirit. He was trying to show me that this is why we got all these different denominations, different religion. And see, the Baptists, let me let me tell you something about the Baptists. And this is what I think God's really trying to show me about the Baptists. See, the Baptists, they glorify. They don't say nothing to the ones who are out here in those sororities, fraternities, and all these other things. Because at the end of the day, mostly all of them are a part of those things. For real. And I'm going to do some more research on it. When I get my answer, man, trust and believe me. Because you got to look at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was a part of a fraternity. Like these people on these committees, or whatever y'all want to call them, the Baptist committee or whatever, the people who are over these religions, the conference or whatever, man, these people are part of this stuff. So no, they're not going to speak against it. No, they're not going to go against it. No, they're not going to preach against it. Because they are a part of it. They are a part of it. Anything that you are a part of, you're not going to preach against it. Anything that you for, you're not going to preach against it. You going to glorify it, or you not going to say nothing about it. But that's wrong. Because that's serving two masters when God clearly saying you can't serve two masters. That's why I tell people, man, you gotta stop following the world. You gotta stop following these so-called leaders, because some of them are misleading you. You gotta follow God. We are called to follow God. We're not called to follow people. We're called to follow God. God just uses people. But we're called to follow God, man. We're called to follow God. And you gotta ask yourself. This is why I tell people, man, when you be doing stuff, you gotta ask yourself, look, I say I love God, I believe in God, I'm supposed to be up here trying to honor God, I'm supposed to be basically following God. I gotta ask myself, would God do this? Would God be a part of something like this? That's why it pays to spend time with God. That's why it pays to get in that word, man. Like God telling you in Romans chapter 12 verses 1 and 2 what you need to do if you want to know the perfect will of God. Clearly y'all don't know the perfect will of God. You thinking you in the will of God, and the whole time you're not. You're not in the will of God. You on the out. And that's the worst place to be, on the outside of God's will. Because now you're traveling down, you're basically doing your own will. That's why I always tell people, be careful when you ask God, your will be done. Because that's a prayer that God will answer, but he ain't going to tell you how he going to answer. And he ain't going to tell you when he going to answer. He just going to do it. He just all of a sudden just going to happen. Things just going to begin to crumble. Things just going to begin to fall. Things just going to begin to happen. And the first thing we like to say, oh, it's the devil. Oh, this the devil. But you never stopped and you never asked God, what's going on? Is this you? Is this your doing? Clearly God trying to put you in his will, but in order for him to put you into his will, he first got to get you out of your own will. He first got to cause you to lose some things. You're going to go through some storms. You're going to go through some stuff. But that's just God trying to put you into his will. Going into God's will, he didn't say it was going to be easy. Going into God's will, he didn't say, well, it going to feel good. He didn't say that. But that's what we think. He didn't say that. All we know is we got to get in God's will. That's all we know, man. So, I just beg and plead with y'all, man, and pray that, man, y'all just begin to sit down with God. Sit down with God long enough. I ain't talking about just for no 10, 15, 20 minutes, then all of a sudden you don't hear nothing, then, or you think you heard something, or well, the case may be. No. Man, sit there for a while. 2, 3, 4 hours, just sit there, man. Get in that word. Talk to God. Let God know what's going on. Begin to ask God's question. Man, begin to ask God questions. Like, God, is you pleased with my life? Am I traveling down the right road? I'm traveling down the right path. What am I doing wrong? God, show me what I'm doing wrong. God, show me my heart. Show me what I need to purge out of me. Show me what I need to change about me. Show me, God. Don't be afraid when God show it to you. Don't be afraid when God let you know, because ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody perfect, man. I ain't perfect. Tell y'all, man, God still putting a whipping on me. God still revealing to me. God still showing me. God still exposing some things in me that I've hid. So I ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. Man, God don't care cause you got that title to your name that I'm a Christian. He don't care. He don't care. He don't care. And also, man, we gotta start judging people. We gotta start judging people because of their looks. Just because they don't look like a Christian. What does a let me ask you this question. What does a Christian supposed to look like? That's my whole thing. What does a Christian supposed to look like? We've been taught and we've been programmed that a Christian supposed to look like, supposed to have on a suit, tie. He's supposed to carry himself in the way which they do. Well, what do a Christian look like? If I don't dress like what you think, or what you been programmed to think that a Christian supposed to look like, but then I come up to you, you gonna judge me. You gonna be like, he ain't no Christian. But like I tell people, God don't look at the outside. God look at the heart. God look at the heart. It's people out here struggling with a Christian walk because they don't know. They don't really have the wisdom and knowledge because they ain't never spent time trying to gain that wisdom and knowledge. They only just went off of what they only just going off of what people telling them. They not spending time with God to get that wisdom and knowledge for themselves. That's why a lot of people out here struggling, man. That's why a lot of people out here walking in disobedience to God. They walking in unrighteousness, unholiness. They rebelling against God because at the end of the day, they don't really know. They don't really know. And it's our job to try to teach these people. But man, look, I tell people it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Like you just getting up there saying I believe in Jesus. I believe that God died for my sins and he rose on the third day, and you getting baptized in that. Man, look, it's more to just confessing than believing. After you confess and you believe within your heart what you saying, man, you gotta go on to the process of sanctification. After you get dipped in that water, man, you gotta go on to the process of sanctification. You gotta go on to that process, man. You gotta go on to that process of sanctification. Like, I don't think so many people been baptized by God yet. You probably been baptized by man, but I don't think so many people been baptized with the Holy Spirit yet. I really don't think so. I really don't think so, man. And when God baptized you with that Holy Spirit, man, so I mean you change. Like, I'm for real. Like, you still have like little residue of the old you. You still, you know what I'm saying? But you change. Like, what you used to do, you ain't gonna want to do it no more. You not gonna want to do it no more. Like, on for real. You ain't gonna want to do that no more, man. And it don't happen overnight. It don't happen over a short period of time. It just happen over years, man. Where you letting God come in and just cleanse your temple, removing certain things out your life, man, and you just changing. And you becoming more like Him. Like, you don't want to do the things that you once did no more. You don't want to be a part of the things. Like, you really begin to hate sin. You really begin to hate sin. You really begin to hate what God hate, and you really begin to love what God love, man. When God really get a hold of you, yeah. Like, when you really give your heart to God, the devil gonna fight with you. The devil gonna fight with you. When you really start seeking God, when you really giving your life over to God, when you really walking down that path of change and correction, man, the devil gonna attack you the hardest, because at the end of the day, he don't want you to go that way. He don't want you to take that path. He wants you to continue to serve him. He wants you to continue to serve yourself. Walk in your flesh. That's what he wants you to continue to do. But when you begin to depart from that, he get angry. He get mad. And he's like, I gotta get them back. I gotta get them back. So then when he began to, that's when the devil began to throw all type of stuff at you. But you gotta know that the devil, he ain't got no victory. If you continue to walk in the spirit, the devil ain't got no victory. It's like him just, you ever seen a force field shield around something? Where you just throwing something, it just constantly bouncing off of it. That's how it is, man. You walking in the spirit. Like, the devil just constantly throwing something, but it just, you see it, and it just bouncing off. Like, I see it, devil. I see what you're trying to do. I see the people that you bring in. I see the distractions. I see this. I see that. Man, that ain't nothing but the devil. You really begin to see, you really begin to discern certain things then. You really begin to have discernment, and you really begin to know what's from the devil and what's not. You really begin to know. You just ain't just been sitting and call everything the devil. Because God give you the spirit of discernment. Like, that's one of the greatest gifts that God can give his people. The spirit of discernment, so you can discern different spirits, so you can discern different things. It's like a warning sign. It's like, that's the way God protect his people, by giving them the spirit of discernment, so you can know who out here trying to hurt you, trying to harm you. Like, you can read people, like, you can read what they trying to do to you before they even do it, and they don't even know it. And bam, that thing know you don't dodge that bullet. They trying to figure out how you dodge that bullet. That thing know you don't dodge this. You out here just playing dodgeball. You feel with this, cause you got the spirit of discernment, man. You dodging everything the enemy throw to you, and he trying to figure out how do you keep dodging it? Because you got the spirit of discernment. You can discern different things. You can discern different spirits in people. Man, that's one of the greatest gifts. The best gift God done gave us. That God give his people, man. Spirit of discernment. A lot of people ain't got it. And they got it. And some people got it, but they ignore it. They be like, man, what they be thinking, they be like, Can't be. But then after it don't happen, they be like, man, son told me. Spirit of discernment. God was trying to tell you. God was giving you warning signs before you went into that thing, before you went into that relationship, before you did whatever, before you went into that job, whatever it was. That was God warning you. But you didn't pay attention to the warning. You ignored the warning. What happened when we ignore warnings? Bad things tend to happen. Who to blame? Can't blame nobody but yourself. Can't blame nobody but yourself, man. But it's just we gotta, like I say, man, we just gotta sit down and begin to just learn stuff for ourselves. Stop depending on somebody to teach you something. Stop depending on somebody to tell you what you need to know and figure it out for yourself. Figure it out for yourself, man. But, man, look, I love y'all, man. God love y'all a million times more, man. I just want to come on with a little quick little message, man. One God, one faith, one baptism, one way, man. That's it. One way. Who is the way? Our Lord and Savior, Yahshua the Christ. Yahweh. He the only way. He the only way, man. He the only way. He the only way, man. But, man, he the only way. Why you gotta learn things, man. You gotta Google it for yourself. You gotta, I'm telling you, they ain't hiding that. It's just all about if you want to know the truth or not. They ain't gonna hide it from you. We just don't spend time to search for it. That's why I tell people, they be hiding it in plain sight, man. But we just don't pay attention to it. It's like I tell people, if you start looking at movies for entertainment and just listen to the movies, guess what? You'll hear the message. You'll hear how they've been programming us. It's like I was watching another movie today, and how most of all you gotta do is pay attention, man. They're telling you. Like, you look at some movies, they programming us to say, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go to school. That's the only way you're gonna be successful. Like I said, I seen it. I was watching the movie and I seen it. She in later life, and later asked her. She was like, the only way that my brother's gonna be successful in life if he get good grades and go to school. That's what they tell us. That the only way you're gonna be successful in life if you get good grades, go to school, go to college. How that the only way that you're gonna be successful in life? That's the only way that you're gonna be successful in their life, in their world. There's plenty of ways you can be successful. You ain't gotta go to college. You ain't gotta be an athlete. You ain't gotta go in the military. But this is the things that been pushed on us. They push the military because they want you they want you to go out there and sacrifice your life for them. To fight a war that they've been creating. And we sitting there pushing, man, yeah, it's okay to go in the military. But how do they get you? You gotta think about how do they get us to do certain things, to go over there and sacrifice our life for a country who clearly don't give a two flying pumpkin nickels about us? How do they get us to do it? Well, you know, if you join the military, man, education get paid for. You like, okay. Once again, you can go to school. Go to school to do what? Be a part of that? To be a part of whatever they got going on? What I'm going to school for? Oh, you join the military, that's free travel. You get to see the world. I don't need your help to see the world. Because God told me in Matthew 28, verses 19, go amongst all the nations, baptizing in what? His name. Spreading the gospel in His name. So if God want me to see all these different places, He gonna let me see them by doing His will, by spreading His word, by spreading His gospel. I ain't gotta go serve man when I can go serve God and still see the world. But that's what they've been programming us. That's why I ask people, man, why do you want to sit here and serve man, but God clearly asking you to serve Him? But they telling you serve them. God ain't told you to serve no man. I don't think God asks us to do is to be obedient to the authority that's been placed over us. Who got authority over us? God. But not only just be obedient to Him, man, be obedient to the people out here that got authority in the world as well. Police officers and all that, man. Look, we know we got some crooked people, man. God just asked, this is how you save your life. Just by basically listening to instruction, being obedient, and doing what people ask you to do. Stop fighting. Y'all make it worse. Like I tell people, I'm a true believer in Jesus. I'm a true believer in God. I'm a true believer in Yeshua the Christ. I'm a true believer in. I'm a true follower of God. And God is not a religion nor a race. So when y'all screaming Black Lives Matter, because of what's going on, guess what I gotta say? Even though it gonna set me apart, that's why I gotta scream all lives matter, because they do. And this is why I tell people, this is how we are so hypocritical. Like the only time y'all want to scream Black Lives Matter and when a different race killing us. But we don't never hear Black Lives Matter when black folk killing black people. Come on, man. If you gonna holler Black Lives Matter, holler even when your own kind doing it. Stand up, protest when your own kind doing it. These young boys out here every day killing themselves. Beefing over something that don't even belong to them. Beefing over a piece of grass, or beefing over a street sign, or beefing over a street corner, or beefing over some territory that clearly don't even belong to us. Killing each other. You from the west side, I'm from the south side. You can't step over him because of whatever. Killing each other over a color, a set. But what we doing about that? But let a white man kill somebody our color. Man, we trying to start World War III. We want all the politicians. We want all the preachers and we want everybody with a leadership Tattoo to their name. We want them to come out and support. But what about what's going on in our own neighborhood, man? All the killing going on, all these young boys and people and stuff going on, man. You got people who don't been out there in the street, man. Look, I ain't never been in the streets. I wanted to go, but I ain't never been in the street. You got people don't been out there in the street, live that type of lifestyle, survived it, pulled themselves from it, changed their life. And they ain't trying to do nothing about it but talk about it. You will have more of an influence and more of an impact than anybody else would, than any politician, than any preacher or any pastor probably would, if you went back out there to the streets and began to tell them young men what they doing ain't right. And tell them how God pulled you out that streets. Tell them how God pulled you out that dark place. Tell them that, man, being out there, that ain't for them. It ain't for them, man. Because it's only going to lead them to two places. Graveyard or jail cell. It ain't finna lead you nowhere else. So if we ain't gonna be about it, don't talk about it. That's why I tell people, you ain't finna go out there and put boots on the ground yourself. Don't talk about it. Cause we can talk about something all day, but talking ain't gonna fix the problem. We gotta go out there. We gotta talk to these young men. We gotta ask them, man, look, what made you, like, ask me like, hey man, let me holler at you for, y'all don't mind about me, you know what I'm saying? Man, what made you want to choose this lifestyle? I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, but I just want to know, what made you choose this lifestyle, man? What if I tell you I can show you a better way? What if I can tell you it is a better way? But you ain't got to go through this. That you ain't got to have your mom and your dad up late at night worrying about you. You ain't got to be out here ducking and dodging these bullets. You ain't got to be out here slanging these drugs. You ain't got to be out here trying to make a name in the streets that clearly don't matter. Like, so I be trying to tell people, like, when we gonna get out here and start putting boots on the ground? Like, when we gonna start doing that? Instead of just sitting back watching it and waiting on somebody else to do it. When we gonna do it? Waiting on the politicians. Waiting on these preachers and pastors when clearly they don't care about these folks, man. They just care about your money. But when we gonna get out here? Talk to myself as well, like, when we gonna get out here and begin to put boots on the ground, man? And combat what's going on and save our kids, man. Because they ain't even making it to 25. They ain't even making it to 18. It's a war zone out here, man. It's only gonna get worse and worse because at the end of the day, the government don't care. Government don't care. Government don't care because these folk killing themselves off. They sitting back saying, hey, let them do it themselves. We ain't got to do it. Let them do it themselves. We all know, man, where guns come from. We all know how they got him. We know that. We know how dope got him. We know that. We know the government brought all this stuff in, man. We know that. I try to tell you, all you gotta do is sit back and see that, man. We ain't nothing but, it's like we ain't nothing but rats in a cage, rats in the lab. And we ain't nothing but test subjects. We're not human to them. So they really don't care. They try to paint the image like they care. But man, at the end of the day, them folks don't care. They don't care. You don't matter. Cause you at the bottom. So you don't matter. You clearly don't matter, man. You don't matter. None whatsoever. You don't matter. You don't. You don't matter, man. But hey. God raising up somebody. And when it's time, He gonna send them. He gonna send them. And when He send that person, there's gonna be so many people gonna hate that person. Or hate them persons. Whoever they may be. But God raising up somebody. They're gonna spark a change. They're gonna bring a change. They're gonna bring healing. Yeah. So, yeah, I just keep praying, man. Keep praying. Keep praying. Keep praying. Man. I love y'all, man. I love y'all, man. And hey, I remember, keep your head up, stay prayed up, keep God first. Man, get your relationship with God, man. Stay focused. Spend time with God. Make time for God, man. Just learn from God, man. Learn from God. Learn from God, man. Get all the wisdom and knowledge you can. Because it's free. God ain't going to charge you. It's free, man. Whatever you're going through in life, whatever you're facing, man, look, keep your head up. God right there in the midst of that storm, that trial, that tribulation with you. He going to see you through it. He going to calm that storm. Peace be still. He going to calm that storm, man. Stop worrying about how long you going to be in it. Stop worrying about what it look like. And God got you. He got you. He got you, man. Don't worry about nothing. Start looking at it. Just stay focused on God, man. One thing about when we be going through, the devil always want to distract you. He want to use your surroundings. He want to use what you're going through. He like to bring people to you to try to bring up what's going on in your life. Man, look, stay focused. Stay focused. That's why I tell people, man, when you going through stuff in life, you ain't gotta go tell everybody. You ain't gotta go tell your mama, your dad, or your sister. Man, keep that stuff to yourself. And you sit down and talk to God. And you let God weather that storm. You weather that storm with God. You go through whatever you go through with God, man. You don't need people. You don't need nobody. God will send the help that you need. He'll send the people that you need. Sometimes we run to the wrong people. The people who we think we need don't be the people we don't need. God is sending the help, man. God is sending you the help. You just stay focused, man. Stay focused. Stay focused, man. Do not get distracted. Don't let the distraction of this world, because this world ain't nothing but a distraction. Everything it has to offer ain't nothing but a distraction. It's distracting us from our purpose. It's distracting us from our calling. The world ain't nothing but a big old distraction. Big ball of distractions. Cause all this world is fulfilling is our flesh. That's all they do. World that fulfills our flesh. Everything in the world that the world has to offer. fulfills the flesh. It ain't nothing but a big ball of distractions. You were sent him for one mission, for one purpose. You gotta get on it. You gotta get on it, man. You gotta get on it. Everything else gonna fall into place. If it meant for you to get married, hey, it gonna happen. If it meant for you to have kids, hey, it's gonna happen. But don't you try to force it. That's where we mess up, man. We out here trying to force these things to happen. We out here doing these things on our own. Because that's what we were programmed. We were programmed that this is what you're supposed to do. Like, we ain't leaving no space for God to do nothing. We just doing what we want to do. Living how we want to live. Man, come on. Surrender your entire life over to God. And just be okay. Like, be okay being alone. Be okay being single. Like, be okay with that, man. Like, come comfortable with being alone. Because sometimes, man, like I tell people, we be trying to take people with us. God want to elevate us, but in order for him to elevate us, you got to cut some things off. You got to cut some people off. And that's another reason why a lot of people are stuck where they at. God ain't finna elevate you when you still holding on to something that he ain't called you to hold on to. God ain't finna elevate you when you still in relationships that God ain't called you to be in relationships with. It was only just for a season. It was only just for an assignment. But you don't turn that whole assignment into a lifelong situation. Come on, man. Come on. That's why I tell people, everybody that, I'm talking to myself, everybody that come into your life, you got to ask God, why this person in my life? Is this an assignment or what? Because God can't take you nowhere when you're attached to something that you don't need to be attached to. You got something holding you back. You got something holding you down. And you get mad with God, talking about some God, why I'm still here, or God, why I ain't got elevated. You see everybody up around you getting elevated, you getting jealous, you get mad, you trying to figure it out. It's you. You holding on to something that God clearly ain't told you to hold on to. And you trying to bring it with you when that ain't what God wanted for you. And God ain't finna let that happen. God is not finna give you the life that he has for you to mess it up and destroy it. Because you still trying to hold on to certain things, certain people, certain places that God clearly don't told you to leave alone or let go. And you still holding on to it. So, hey, one thing about God ain't gonna force nothing upon you. He'll let you have your way. He'll let you live in your will. He'll let you do that. And the whole time we out talking about the reason why we struggling is because of the devil. No, the reason why you struggling is because of you. You don't want to let go what God ain't told you to hold on to. What God ain't told you is yours. What God ain't called for you to have that. I told people, man, the only way you going to get what God got for you, you got to let go of what you want for yourself. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's hurtful. Sometimes, man, I mean, it is what it is. But it's a lesson to be learned that, hey, I got to start going to God and making decisions with God. I got to start asking God, if this person is for me, what season am I in? This and that. I tell people, man, we out here just living. We out here just living, man. We out here just living. But then we want God to bless us. We want God to bless this. We want God to bless that. God bless this marriage. Bless this relationship. But it ain't the marriage or the relationship God wanted for you. So he ain't going to bless it. Bless this union. Ain't that what they said, the altar when two people get married? That what that man say. We bless this union. But did God really bless that union? So man, that's why I tell people, seek God, man. Stop making decisions on your own. And it's something that I'm still learning to this day, that we gotta stop thinking, we gotta stop making decisions based off of emotions, feelings, and impulse. Those three things right there, when we make decisions with those three things, man, that's what we mess up in life. How we going off of feelings instead of truth. You basing things off of emotions. Your emotions high, so you just making decisions. You mad, so you just making decisions. You sad, you just making decisions. You depressed, so you just making decisions. You happy, you making a decision. It feel right, it feel good, so you make a decision. Everything that feel right, everything that feel good, it ain't always good. Some things that may feel bad might be for you. Because sometimes the devil can try to trick us, deceive us, like, look, that ain't, you don't need to do that. Don't do that. Don't go that way. But, and all you just gotta stop, man. Pause. Take everything to God. Every decision. Even down to the point what you about to eat, what you about to wear. I'm laughing, but I'm being honest. I'm being for real. God, is this something that I need to be putting into my body? Is this something that I need to be wearing? Is this something that I need to be introducing my family into? Is this something that I need to be introducing my kids into? Like, is this something that I need to be spending my money on? Is this the job that you really got for me? Is this the career that you really got for me? Is this the area that you want me to live in? Is this the state, the city, the town that you want me to live in? Do you want me to buy this house, or do you want me to get that house? Do you want me to get that car, or do you want me to get that car? My God, what you want me to do with this paycheck? What you want me to do with this money? Well, decisions, man. We just make on our own, then when we make a bad decision, then when we want to go running to God, asking God to help us to get us up out of a wrong decision, a wrong choice we made when we first should have went to Him first. That's why I said earlier in this live that we gotta stop running to God last and run to Him first. So get what? We ain't gotta worry about running to Him last. Wait till God give you an answer, man. So God don't always answer right then and there. And if you spend enough time with God, man, you'll know His voice. You'll know when God's speaking to you. You'll know when the Spirit moving. You know when the Spirit trying to nudge you away from something, and when the Spirit trying to nudge you to something. Cause sometimes God don't always speak. He just resonates something in our spirit that confirms Yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead and make that. Or nah, don't do that. But if you don't know, you ain't spending time with God, you ain't trying to learn how God communicate with us, how God speak with us, then how you supposed to know? How you supposed to know? How you supposed to know, man? How you supposed to know? How you supposed to know that what you're doing is the right thing? Question to ask yourself and to go before God, man. Man, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. God loves you a million times more, man. Man, look. Every day you wake up, man, ask God. Ask God this one question. God, how can I serve you today? God, how can I please you today? God, what is it I need to do to better myself? To get closer to you, to draw near to you? What is it that I need to change in my life? These are things that we need to be asking every day we're waking up. God, show me in my heart what needs to be pruned, what needs to be changed. Reveal to me, Lord. Expose me my faults. Show me, God. Open me up. Go to town on me. Surgically remove whatever it is that needs to be removed. Cut it off. Cut it out. Whatever, God. But just show it to me. Cause God, I want to please you. I want to live for you. So show me my wrongdoing. Don't be afraid to ask God that, man. Stop running. Because the more you run from God, the farther you're going to get from Him. And you're going to find yourself on a path of destruction. And you're going to find yourself not hearing from God no more. You're going to find yourself being lost. Then God going to take your hands up off you. Some of y'all, God already took your hand up off you. Man, you don't never want God to take your hands up off you. You want God to keep your hands on you. You don't want God to give you over to a reprobated mind. You don't want God to give you over. Because that's what He doing to a lot of people. He giving you over to a reprobated mind. Whatever you think, and God gonna give you over to it. You think that right? Okay, go ahead. You think that's how you supposed to live? Go ahead. Cause God ain't gonna force nothing up on you. God give us choices. 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 He give me choices. Give you choices. But hey. I love y'all, man. I remember God love you a million times more, man. God love everybody. I'm gonna keep saying that. God love everybody, man. God love you who out there doing wrong. God love everybody. God love everybody, man. Yeah, asking y'all to repent of your sins and turn from your wicked ways and pick up the cross and follow him. That's all. God love everybody, man. He love the righteous and the sinners. He love everybody. He love the drunks. He love the prostitutes. He even love the ones who participate in homosexuality. He love all y'all. God love everybody. But God just asking that you come from amongst that darkness. God just asking that you pull away from those unholy, those unrighteous lifestyles. That you surrender and submit your life over to him. Serve him. Stop serving yourself. Stop serving the devil. But become one of his child. Advance his kingdom. That's all God asking, man. That's all God asking. No, God asking you. I ain't gonna say he asking, he commanding that you do it, but at the end of the day, God still give you that decision to make. God asking that everybody repent of their sins. Excuse me. I love y'all, man. Y'all stay safe out there in that world. Until next time, man. Peace.